Hello everyone. So today we are going to create this skating system in Unreal Engine. So as you can see here, this character can skate through the landscape like this, and this skateboard adapts to the landscape underneath nicely. So also the foot stays on the board. So those are the things I'm going to do today. So this skating system will be broken down into two episodes. The first one I'll set up the basic movement logic and inputs, and in the next one I'll look into the IK part where this character adapts the legs to keep the legs in the board, and then how to rotate this board to keep it on the ground, to keep the wheels on the ground. So yeah, those are the things I'm going to work on, and this is the final demonstration. This episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Right, so I have imported this skateboard model, very simple board, and then also I have imported two more animations. One is like this is the idle pose on the skateboard, and the other one is like I don't know what it says, like pedaling or something. So yeah, I don't know. So this is another skateboarding animation. um, okay, and also I have the third person character in my project, so I'll duplicate it and I'll name it third person character skate, and let's open it. So this is everything you get by default. The usual third person character. Let's put this into the level and make it possess. And because the third project is already contains the third person character, it has all the movement inputs and everything set up, right? Okay, so let's convert this into a skateboarding character first. Initially I thought of implementing this as a wheeled vehicle component and then a character, but then I had some trouble getting it to work with this skateboard as a wheeled vehicle, and also like it's not exactly a vehicle. It just moves like a physics object as we give force by our foot, so not exactly working as a wheeled vehicle. So therefore I thought of implementing the skateboarding mechanism using a character component. Okay, so with that said, let's drag and drop this skateboard under the capsule and move it like this. Let's go to the left perspective. Okay, I'll keep it like this, and then instead of the animation blueprint I'll use an animation asset, and for the mesh, instead of animation blueprint I'll for now use animation asset and use this skateboarding animation So the animation is not perfect. If it is correct, the leg should not have any movement, but this is the animation I got, so we have to work with this. Okay, right, now let's see how it looks. Well, it's not good, but it is working. And yeah, okay, first let's modify the moment inputs a little bit, like this. So here the move forward is applied along the direction of the camera. So yeah, let's break that, and then let's apply the move forward along the direction of the forward of the skateboard. So get forward vector like this. So when I press W, it will always move in the direction where the skateboard is facing. And if I want to turn, I have to use A or D, but that also derived using the control rotation of the camera. So let's get right vector of the skateboard for that, and let's delete this. Okay, so it doesn't feel very fluid or real, right? Let's work on them. Yeah, now the next thing I want to do is so at the moment when if I press W, move forward, and if I stop it, the character stops instantly. So that's not the way the real skates behave. So I'll make it move forward with for a moment without really stopping, without deaccelerating abruptly. So for that, what can we use? We have to work with this ground friction and braking deacceleration walking. Let's try 0 for this first and see what happens. Nothing. And let's try 0 for the ground friction and see what happens. Oh, now it's not stopping. Okay. Right. But if I make it 1, okay, 1 seems too much. How about 0.2? Yeah, that seems great. And also about this turning, it should be more slow. And the character should never slide this way. Right, so maybe we can't do that with this, so I'll restore the previous values and let's do some lerping here through the code instead of making it trying to work with physics. Because if I make the character slide, so if I rotate like this, character will just slide on the floor even if it is not direct not facing toward the direction of movement. So let's add a float variable mf value. So this will hold the move forward value. Let's set it like this. Get the mf value and lerp it with this axis value like this, and as the alpha let's give 0.01. Yeah, that's better. And also this turning rate is too much, so this one, what if we multiply this with some multiplier like 0. Like this, so that way we can reduce the turn rate. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now I need this character to skate, do the skate in action, like push with the leg, push with the foot. So how to do that? Right, so now let's create another animation blueprint for the third person character for skating. So create anim blueprint BPA skating. Right, now let's where's the animations? Let's use this as the base animation. Now let's have a state machine, let's call it skating motion. Right, now as the entry state I'll use this one. Wait, can we make a blend space? Well, No, I don't think blend space is a good idea for this. And then this animation. So this animation is this actively skating animation. So we should play this animation only if we are trying to move. We are pressing the move forward button. So we need a condition for that. But first let's assign that animation blueprint PPA skating and see how it looks. It should look exactly like what we had before. Yeah, now here let's create a blueprint interface like this. To communicate between the third person character, skating character, and the animation blueprint. Let's call it PPI skating. Okay, here I'll add a function called pushing, and we should get let's name this in a more generic way. Get movement input. And this should return this can clash with other existing functions, so get user inputs, that should be better. Pushing, no, let's get the same names. Move forward, it should be a float, and then move right, that's also should be a float, and then velocity. Well, if I add velocity here, then it's not a user input, so I'll ignore that here. Let's use only these two, and let's implement that skating blueprint interface here. Right, then under interfaces we can return move forward and move right. Like this. Now here in the event graph, from the pawn owner we can get user inputs like this. So first I think we should check if this is valid. We have one initialized. Okay, here, so no, let's use this. If it is valid, let's call get user inputs and promote these two variables. Forward, move right. now here if move forward is larger than 0, I'll enter this transition. And let's add another back transition if move forward is less than or equal to 0. Alright, let's see now. This animation is really problematic. Let's further reduce this alpha, so I need it to continue to move for a longer time even after stop pushing. Like this. Okay, can I modify this a little bit? Let's look at this in the front direction. And let's keep this as a reference for the left leg. Left leg should always be here. Right, so I did modify it a little bit, but it's not perfect. Anyway, this is how it looks now, right now. Let's see how it looks in here. Oh, still bad. Right, so I haven't applied the changes into the animation, so it's looks kind of okay now, but there is a little snapping in the loop. Okay, right, so I fixed the looping part as well in the animation, so it looks better now, like this. Right, now the next thing is what happens we go up a ramp like that. That's going to be a tricky part because you know, this skateboard will remain horizontal according to the way that we have implemented it, but that could be yeah, it is like this. Okay, so how to fix that. Also, let's increase the speed of skating a little bit. Let's try 1200. So let's look into moving up a ramp part in the next episode and aligning the skateboard to the angle of the ramp. So yeah, as always, the project files will be available for download through the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.